Welcome back to another episode of Founder Fummers, where we talk about real entrepreneur struggles and comeback strategies. I'm your host, Damari Taplin, and today we got the founder of Boss Life Clothing. Also the founder of a Boss Life clothing and cologne brand. He's the organizer of culture and commerce nonprofit youth empowerment workshops, founder and CEO of Sister Seven perfume brand, founder and CEO of BWE News.net, founder and CEO of Black Wallstreet Empire, and also the founder and CEO of BWE TV. Ladies and gentlemen, we got Jamil Bay.
What's up, family? How you doing?
We doing good, man. We doing good, bro. So yeah, man. So where you from? And is that where you live now?
Yes, I'm from Cleveland, Ohio. That's Midwest. I don't. I'm. Where you from?
I'm from Detroit, bro. You know, I got my
Awesome.
Pistons not falling. You know what I'm saying? The Pistons
We
now.
yeah
You
we
know.
man we a couple hours away from each other. A hop, skip, and a jump. I actually been to Detroit before, so I got family in Detroit.
Oh yeah, I've been out your way too a couple times, man. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, man, Michigan and Ohio, we pretty much we cousins, you know.
Right.
We
Right. Yep.
cousins, on the map. So, it's nice meeting you and stuff, man. So,
Yeah.
yeah, so man, let's talk about all these businesses you got, man. I checked out your website and stuff. You got a whole lot of stuff going on. It look like it's like super monetized and it's working out good for you. So I want to ask you about a couple of these things so some other entrepreneurs can get some tips from you, learn how you run stuff and all that good stuff. So Boss Life clothing and cologne brand. No, first we're gonna talk about yeah, Boss Life clothing and cologne brand. Let's talk about that, bro. What you got going on there?
Okay. Well, that's the brand Boss Life. As y'all can see, you'll see the hoodie. That's the Boss Life clothing right there. Boss Life is the brand. So it's basically a brand that I created. Um, I have the fragrance brand, and I have of course the clothing brand, the clothing line, and it's you can be purchased on my website, which is blackwallstreetempire.com. It also can be purchased on eBay, and we'll be on Amazon soon. But the brand, of course, it's a brand, a retail brand that I sell for economic purposes and for cash flow purposes.
Okay.
But the what make the brand unique and why people of our color or people of our culture should get behind it is the brand is culturally crafted. It's uniquely culturally crafted. So like if you see in this logo right here, this
Hmm.
particular logo, I got three different logos that I use for the brand. But if you see this particular logo, you'll see the African continent right there, which is geared and marketed towards people who like to practice our culture. If you have any type of experience with African culture or ancient African culture, or you just want to participate in who you are culturally, historically, you could represent the brand with that purpose behind it. Then me being into African culture and being conscious, I'm very aware of my historical lineage, going back to the continent. But I'm also proud and aware of who I am culturally in America. And the dominant culture of today in urban community is pretty much like hip hop. The hip hop culture is really the dominant culture globally from a popularity perspective. And in the urban community, who can't relate to that dollar sign? I mean, in that money bag right there. So
Right, right.
like, so it's unique. It's uniquely branded towards someone who would like to be more on the intelligence side or the cultural or historical culture side. And then also, if you want to represent who you are today in American history, or the culture that we practice today from the dominant culture that we practice today from a historical perspective, you got the money bag right there. So it's like it's a cross. What Boss Life is, it's a cross between urban hip hop culture and historical African culture. So it's like
Got
a
you, got you.
blend. It's a blend of both.
Right, 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 right. Okay, okay. So yeah, so you also got the BWE News.net. How you get that idea? Like, was that easy to set up? Like, what's that about?
Um, well. it was kind of easy to, it was, I didn't, I paid, paid people to set it up. You know, that's the one thing about entrepreneurship. Today, you got apps like Fiverr where you can find gig workers that are, do, you know, if they do good work, you can just basically pay them to set up a company or set things up the way you would like it. But the purpose behind BWEnews.net is I studied somebody by the name of Dr. Claude Anderson. I studied like a lot of the you know, influential Black figures in our community from a business perspective and from a conscious perspective. So with BWEnews.net, one of the people who I studied, Dr. Claude Anderson, he always said that as African American or Black people, we should own and control businesses that are in the community, and that we should, he say we should own and control businesses in the space that we are in and the things that Black people like to do and invest into. So all of my business ventures are kind of like set up around that. And media is five layers to having control or having economic empowerment within the community. And media is one of those layers. So like media was something that I wanted to create a Black media outlet when I got into business independently, because it's very important for Black people to have media outlets where we can tell our story and also we can market to our people. Media is very important when it comes to controlling the narrative that's being presented on a culture of people and to a culture of people. So a media outlet was something that was important for me to own and control so that I could put
So do
out.
you, oh, quick question about the media page, because I'm just thinking, as you going, like, are you still like tweaking that? You know what I mean? Because right now it look like a news app. Like, you know what I mean? Going on there to see, like, get like news articles and stuff like that.
Yes, it's definitely still in the process of being tweaked. It's in the process of being it's not exactly 100% where I would like it to be yet, but I just started it maybe like a couple of months ago. So I'm still in the process of learning the media outlet game, and it's definitely in the process of um being changed up to be more tailored towards the type of media that I would like to put out. But in the process of right now, just to get it up and running and to kind of like get it in the algorithm, we got it basically for reporting local and world news to
Yeah.
get the audience more familiar with it and
Is
just
it
so.
is it monetized? Like, how you are you getting like money or something per the clicks, or how that's working?
Well, the it's not monetized at the moment, but the goal is for monetization, of course,
Okay.
and get ad revenue. Get
Okay, okay. Monetization and ad revenue. Okay.
ad
That's
revenue.
dope. That's dope. That's dope. Okay, so you got like Google ads on your stuff.
Hmm.
Okay. Okay, okay. No, that's
And
not,
it also helps. It also helps with the algorithm. Of course, we got the BWE products and services
yeah.
so it helps with the algorithm as well.
So what about BWE TV? That's your YouTube channel.
Yes, that in the process of being monetized as well. That's also a new outlet, and then that play into the whole media. Just real important for Black companies, Black people to be in the media space
So
all together.
what you talking about on BWE TV?
Well, we got a lot of different. The idea for BWE TV is to monetize and present conscious content to the community and intelligent content to the community that can generate cash flow income for artists that's in that space. At the moment, we have a lot of, like I've thrown events, conscious events where we would do entertainment, poetry. We'll have speakers come out and speak on whether it be spirituality or just upliftment poetry. So, or I'll do an interview and put an interview up there or something like that. So right now, that's the content that's up on the media outlet right now, and also my workshops. I film all my workshops, so we'll put content from the workshops up on the YouTube page. That's just to kind of get it familiar with the algorithm, but it's in the
So what's
process
going
of being
on?
monetized.
What's going on with them with those workshops you got?
The BWE culture and commerce workshops.
Culture and commerce workshops. Okay. What you got going on with that?
Yeah, culture and commerce is something that I created. Culture and commerce is something I created based on the work that I do with the youth. So in our community, in the Black community, period, not just in Cleveland, but just the Black community, Me personally, I was a victim of a gunshot wound when I was a youth at 16 years old, and I happened to be in a wheelchair, so I utilize a wheelchair for a living. So something that is passionate to me, is giving back to the youth, and something that I had realized at a young age, and as I mature and grow older and do research, is that in our community we don't have a lot of role models that's independent and what you would consider to be cool to get the attention of the young people. So I think like it's a lot of information out here economically and culturally that we're not taught in our community that gets past us growing up because we don't have any role models to really teach it. Or the role models that we do have is not people who we traditionally look up to. So I created Culture and Commerce to give information back to the youth from a business perspective, a financial perspective, but also the workshops are like centered around credit, the aspect of leveraging credit and creating credit and utilizing business credit. So it's like all of the avenues that I use to become an entrepreneur, I put it into a curriculum. And then I also bring in speakers and teachers who have other areas of activity that they have strength in. And I put it all into a curriculum and then I teach it to the youth. And by me being from the inner city and the urban community, I feel like it makes the workshop and it makes my me teaching it more powerful because I see myself as someone who could relate to the youth in a better way, being that I come from them, I come from that community. So I'm a success story from that community, and I have the story that I have being through what I went through as a youth. So I just felt like it was important for me to bring information that wasn't taught in the schoolhouse or taught in the household to our community and allow people to see someone in real time who's carrying out those things and to be able to teach it to them so that they could grow up and have the information and have opportunities with, especially from the aspect of credit, so they have opportunities to be successful, financially successful and culturally successful and
Yeah,
socially successful that give back.
I want to connect you with this dude too. Another guy I interviewed. He's actually one of my long-term like business partners. He educate, people mainly like entrepreneurs and but other people as well, like on credit and stuff too. So he's kind of in that. He do like workshops and for getting like business credit and all
Mhm.
that type of stuff, man. I feel like y'all definitely need to be in touch. I need to connect y'all too, because I feel like it'd be good for you and good for him. You know what I mean? And that's pretty much what I do. Like, I got a passion to connecting people. So that's another reason why I'm doing these podcasts too, because I can, I had a interview with him and I feel like y'all be a good match. So I'm gonna connect y'all, man. His name Jerry Goings. Jerry Goins. I'm gonna connect y'all for sure.
Yeah, I'm
Uh,
always open up working with constructive
yeah,
people doing
yeah,
things.
yeah. He can. I feel like he can get you, like, cause you teaching some business credit type of stuff too, right? Just
Yeah.
educate the youth on like business credit. Yeah. So I feel like he can help you like monetize that. You know what I'm saying? You can get some cheese off of what you already doing for free. So that's why I'm like I gotta connect y'all, man. But anyway, so
I
I got a
appreciate that.
question. Yeah, yeah, for sure. But I got a quick question though, man. So when I first got all your business information, man, like I try to do like my regular like guest research type of stuff. So I went to like website. I couldn't find no information about you on your website. I went to your Instagram. I couldn't find you nowhere, bro. And like couldn't Google you. I couldn't do nothing. I'm like, who is this dude? Yeah. So my question is like, are you incognito? Like, if so, like why? Like, why can't I find any information about you? You know?
Okay, that's just strategically done. So I practice. I do everything commercially. I practice privacy. So I don't know if you're familiar with the public and private, common law versus statutory law. So go ahead.
I used to look into that stuff. I had a homie that was into that stuff, man, and when I was in college, and I was into it, but it not anymore. I'm not just not. I don't keep up with it anymore. But yeah, keep going. Let me know.
So commercially, I do everything on the private side. This is something that I'm actually going to incorporate. into my culture and commerce workshops eventually. But I do everything through common law trust. So like a common law trust is basically um governed by the common law. You got statutory law, you got common law. Most people don't know about common law. So
Mm,
like my all of my businesses are owned by trust. And this
mm,
is something that our community should definitely. That's why I was glad we was talking and you said you was gonna ask me. I was glad that that was a question that I was interested in because in our community we don't understand common law and that's something
mm,
that's not really taught. But everything that I do, I don't own anything. So if you deal with if you ever study like rich people, something that is real something that's really taught in the wealthy circles is own nothing, control everything. So I basically don't own anything. I control everything. So I'm like in the shadow. I'm like the Illuminati. It's a trust that pretty much own everything, own and control everything. And
mhm.
I might be the executive. I might be a executive director of a particular venture that I get into. I may be a trustee or something like that, or I may have another trustee. But everything that I do is owned by something else. So that's purposely done. I just practice my common law privacy. So that's why it's kind of like hard to catch me on something because I'm like in the background. Even I have company filters and then I have brand filters and then like, I'm in the shadow. I'm like I'm like the I'm like the ventriloquist.
Yeah, what's that?
Own nothing, control everything.
Al Heyman or something.
Yeah, like Al Heyman is someone I look up to.
Yeah, yeah.
Al Heyman's from Cleveland,
Oh yeah,
from
I ain't
Cleveland,
even
Ohio.
know that. I ain't
Al,
know it was from
Look
Cleveland.
it up. Al Heyman from Cleveland, Ohio. He went
You
to
know,
John Adam High School.
you know what's crazy, man? Al Heyman, he's somebody I look up to too. But you know, a funny thing, never seen him.
You never seen Al Heyman?
I think I seen this nigga. I think I seen him in like one picture.
Yeah, yeah. I seen him before, but you would that you. It's very hard to find a picture of Al
It's
Heyman.
hard. It's like, what
But
is he?
yeah,
Because I remember I was like, who is this Al Hammond guy? You know what I'm saying? Just couldn't find him nowhere, man. But no, that's
yeah.
dope. That's from a good perspective, man. I'm gonna have to touch base with you and learn more about that, man. But you know, it's crazy, man.
Can I say something real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
It's kind of like if you take a page out of wealthy white people book, it's kind of like what Nike is. How many people know who Phil Knight is?
Mm,
Do you know who Phil Knight is?
no.
You know who Phil Knight is?
Who was that? CEO
Phil Knight
Nike?
owned Nike.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
name Nike is based off is literally Phil Knight last name.
Mm,
But nobody knows who Phil. You see, you didn't even know. Nobody knows who Phil Knight is. He owns Nike. He's the
mm.
owner of Nike.
But okay. So
Phil Knight.
he thought of it. He built Nike from scratch.
Yes, the name Nike is basically a play on his last name, Knight.
Yeah, I got you.
Nobody
You
knows who
know,
Phil
it's
Knight is.
probably just because it's Nike is such an old brand. You know what I mean? 30
Mhm.
years from now, they probably ain't gonna know who Steve. Well, I ain't gonna say Steve Jobs, but Mark Zuckerberg and whoever. They probably won't know these people no more. You know what I mean? They might not. And,
But the thing
until
about
he.
Phil Knight is he's still visible.
Yeah.
He's still
Okay.
around. You
No,
know
I
what I'm saying?
got
Like
you.
to this day, like he's still like you could Google Phil Knight, but most people could probably literally see Phil Knight. You could probably, if you seen Phil Knight walking down the street, you'll probably have a pair of Nikes on and not even know who Phil Knight is.
Mm.
But I
That's
think we need
that's
to
so
like I just
true.
people we need to commercially I think it's better to move that way than the other way because there's all type of advantages that you have from your name not being on something like it's a lot of financial tax advantages, economic advantages, legal advantages. It's a
Mhm.
lot of different advantages that come from that in our community we don't know about, but it's a reason why you know in the wealthy circles they move that way. So I move
So
that way. Yeah.
so what's the purpose of this interview then? Because you ain't about to be incognito no more. Your stuff is about to be out there after today. You,
We still gotta do marketing.
that's what I'm saying. The
But
marketing After
Yeah.
this interview, marketing starts because now I got this interview for the marketing. You know what I mean? So what it is this is how it's gonna work. After this interview, I'm gonna chop this up. The interview is gonna be scheduled to release a few days later, but I'm gonna doom, just put all of these reels. Thinking like, dang, I gotta see this interview. This interview sound real. They only seeing like 10, 15-second clips of it. You know what I mean? And then people gonna register to watch the video when it drop, and then boom, you can have people on the video. So that's how it's gonna work. You know what I mean?
Mhm. Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't mind coming out to push the brand, but eventually I want to graduate to get getting solid brand ambassadors that can represent all my brands without me having to be in the forefront.
yeah.
But the real thing is, even if somebody see this interview on paper, they can't sue
Hmm.
me. 'Cause I don't own
Yeah, for sure, for
it.
sure, for sure, for
I
sure.
control, I own, I don't control. I mean,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
control, I don't own.
You control yours. What yeah.
Control, I own.
Nah, I'm just playing. Nah, no, that's dope though, man. And I gotta learn more about that, myself. But anyway, like how did you get into all of this stuff? You know what I mean? How did you get into this? I wanna control it, not own it. You know what I mean? Like what's the day that flipped you into this type of mindset?
Oh man, that's a good question.
Yeah, let's get it.
Well, I've been a hustler all my life in different stages. Like I went from being like a street hustler in the streets and then going through the experience that I went through from being shot, and then I went from being like a hustler. Like I used to sell like DVDs, back when the whole CD and DVD game. But then from flipping that to being a businessman, it was like basically a conversation that I had with someone one day. It's kind of funny
Come
because
on, I want to hear that day. Let's get
all right,
it.
so it's kind of crazy. My whole mindset changed on the way I view life from two conversations. One, I had a conversation with a lady one time. I solicited her as a customer. It's kind of a crazy story, but she called me at the end of that conversation. To make a short story short, she called me a king and then walked away.
Mm.
And what's so crazy, and this just go to show you the mindset of our people and how we brought up. When she called me king, I like kind of got offended by her saying that to me. Like it's crazy. Like, but then when I thought about it, I'm like, why did I get offended by her calling me a king? Like I checked myself. Like when she first said it to me, I was offended. And then I thought about it for a minute and I had checked myself. And I realized at that moment that it was something in me, it was something wrong with me that I needed to change. Like I realized that I was upset with her because she called me a king. And I didn't feel like I was a king.
Mm.
So by her calling me a king and me not really on the inside not feeling like a king, I realized that it was something wrong with me that needed to change. So that moment I started doing research. From there, it's like crazy. It's like a crazy story. But I came home and I started getting on my computer and doing research. And I always was like, I was raised, my mom was semi-conscious when I was a kid. So she like raised me in like the Nation of Islam and stuff like that in different times of my life. So I had like consciousness in me a little bit, but it hadn't fully manifested itself. But at that particular moment, when the lady said that to me, it made me just made me change who I was. Like it made me change my perspective on life. It made me change what I wanted to present myself as because I realized the only reason I was upset with her because I didn't see myself that way. She didn't do anything wrong. You know what I'm saying? So that right there made me see myself different, the world different. So I went from being like a hustler to just wanting to be more professional and do things professional and wanting to change the way I was and the way I presented myself. So I just started doing research and started learning. And that took me into business information. It took me into historical and cultural information, spiritual information. And I just been more spiritually mature and intellectually mature and spiritually mature ever since then. And I just got into like a lot of different research. But it took me into commerce, the commercial information, and also the desire to want to be wealthy and knowing that, it's virtually impossible to be wealthy in the streets. You know what I'm saying? Like nobody gets wealthy, then and like I wasn't even selling drugs or anything at that time. but just being in the streets, period. Like you don't get wealthy in that type of environment. So in order to become wealthy, you have to change the information and change the circles that you're around. So that was the direction that I went in.
That's fire, bro. And no, man, that's some everybody had they they stuff that they done went through, but you got some great experience, man. You should be grateful, about all the experiences you went through. Cause honestly, you meeting her, that shaped your whole life. You know what I mean? Just her calling you a king, like that
Right.
was that was straight from the universe. That was supposed to happen. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So all of everything that happens in your life happens for a reason. But before we get over to the next question, where did you get that tiger eye chain from, bro? Spill the bean. You made that, or where you get that?
I actually had this made. I had it custom made. Y'all,
That's
it's a
dope.
lady in Cleveland that I actually bought the I bought the stones and I got a jeweler in Cleveland that custom made it for me. Yeah.
Okay, that's dope. What's that in the middle?
This right here is a Ankh. This right here.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. What's in the middle of that?
Oh, the stone.
Yeah.
That's the turquoise stone.
Okay, I was talking about the whole thing. No, what is that? You said it's the is this a label
Talking
on
about
it or
the symbol,
something?
the logo.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
That's an Ankh.
Ankh. What's
Yeah.
that?
Oh, I thought you might be familiar. Well, Ankh is the Egyptian symbol of life. So this represent an African culture,
Okay.
African spirituality.
Yeah.
It represent life. So you got
I know what
the
you're talking about. I know what you're talking about. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It looked like a cross, but the little circle thing on top of it.
circle right here. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
This actually predate the cross by thousands of years. So
Okay.
like I practice African spirituality. So African spirituality, instead of a cross, we wear Ankh because the Ankh represent life.
Got you. Got you.
Yeah.
That's fire. That's fire. I'm gonna give me a unk necklace, man. That's hard, man. That's hard. But I won't get the tiger eye one. But anyway,
You don't
back to
like tigers, are?
no, I love Tiger's Eye. I love Tiger Eye. I got the actual rocks. That's how I know exactly what it was. You gotta
Yeah.
come on,
Yeah.
man. If you want it, if you actually with the spiritual stuff, you gotta know what Tiger Eye. It's like
Right.
it's
Right.
the main stone or stone that you want to have. It's not a crystal. It's actual stone. But I got probably about seven, eight tiger eye stones of different necklace, bracelet, one, the actual rock, shaved rock, all type of stuff, man. But gotta love the tiger eye, you know. I got me a tiger eye necklace made too. Yeah, I got it's a smaller one though, and you can like make it long or short. And then I got one blue communication I think tanzanite crystal on it, a blue one just for communication. No, it's actually over here, the blue. So it's a whole tiger eye necklace, but one blue, random blue stone right here. It's kind of dope. But anyway, let's get back to the real questions, man. So what's the biggest um struggle with you being an entrepreneur, uh, incognito entrepreneur, you know? What's the biggest struggle?
Um, excuse me one second. I gotta get some water.
Yeah, yeah, go ahead, go ahead.
Okay, you said the biggest struggle as an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
Um,
No, no. As an incognito entrepreneur, like, do you face any struggles doing what you got to do, you know?
um, I think being a black incognito entrepreneur is always a struggle because you don't know where your next dollar coming from. And I don't get any support from my family at all. Uh
Mhm.
like less than 1%. So or friends for that matter. So like, maybe a couple of friends, but it's like not knowing where the next dollar coming from is like in some ways that's motivating and in some ways that presents struggle.
Right. That's regular though, man. Not getting support from family and friends like the way you need to. You know what I mean? Especially when you black, because family just don't understand. They don't understand what
Right.
you're doing, and they rather just go to work and
Hmm.
work that 9 to 5. Like it's crazy the amount of support that you don't get. So only real support you get is from your entrepreneur friends. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? Because they the ones that's gonna like your stuff just to support. They gonna share your stuff just to support in hopes of getting it back. You know what I'm saying? And just in believing in karma. You know what you put out is what you get back. You know what I mean? So all that good stuff, man. Like gotta do good by people so people do good by you. You know, but you know when you get into this business entrepreneurship stuff, you get it to a new level in life. You know what I mean? And then the people that's not with it they won't they gonna vanish, bro. You know what I mean? They just gonna fall off because you're going on a different level than them, you know?
Hmm.
But anyway, so with everything you got going on right now, bro, what does success look like to you? Like what you to consider yourself like successful, you know, the next level, your top level, what does that look like? I want to know.
Well, success to me is personally, it wouldn't be material things because I personally have pretty much all the material things that I desire.
Hmm.
Um, I think success to me is being financially sufficient and being able to being in a position to have an impact in my community and to have a bigger impact in my community. Like
Hmm.
that's really my main goals is like I look at everything from a community perspective. Like I study Dr. Claude Anderson. I don't know if you're familiar with him, but Dr. Claude Anderson teaches about he teaches the difference between black wealth or the lack of black wealth and white wealth, Asian wealth, Jewish wealth is that they do things as a community and we don't. So like my whole outlook on life is just being black is from a community perspective. I see it all from that perspective. I also study somebody named Amos Wilson who taught that as well. So
Hmm.
like with me, that's my main thing is being able to be financially sufficient so that I can help my community. Like so that I can do more in my community, be more effective in my community. Order to do that, unfortunately, you have to have, the type of cash flow to be able to be because the more cash flow you have, the more resources you're able to acquire to be able to give people. So to me, that's success being
Okay.
able to be financially sufficient enough to have a bigger impact in my community.
Right, right. Okay. And what do you do to get around cash flow? Because a lot of people just don't have money to do what they got to do, you know?
Credit.
Credit.
That's the
Real quick, do you get any new stuff coming out this year, like with your business and stuff like that? Any new stuff?
well, we got a podcast that I have a partner by the name of Brother Poet. Shout out to him and in BWE. So we got a podcast that we about to be doing. We getting ready to create content for that. I got a Tubi documentary that I'm partnered in. I don't want to say too much about that right now because everything's still in the negotiation stage. But you probably gonna be seeing BWE credited on a Tubi documentary real soon. We
Uh,
got a lot of events. We're gonna be doing entertainment events, conscious events,
just to let you know, bro,
comedy.
it's only 3 minutes left on the call and it's gonna shut out. Just so you know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what we got. We got a lot of stuff coming, but we got the podcast, the conscious. We got we got a podcast coming, a conscious podcast. We got the workshops, culture and commerce. I'm about to start the next phase of the workshop March 10th.
Okay.
March 10th, yup. So if you're in Cleveland, you want your kids to get some education, financial literacy,
Yeah.
holistic health, you definitely want to get at me, 877-725-9016. I'm definitely gonna be educating the youth. That's coming up. That's March 10th. That start March 10th. So
That's
yeah,
okay.
I always got
So,
something coming down the pipe.
so real quick, all right, is people gonna be able to find you on the Ziga app? You know, the network with you. It's a little networking app. They gonna be able to find you on there?
Yeah, you just got me hip to it, so I gotta, as soon as I get a second, I'm gonna go get on there and I'm a
Yeah.
network. I'm locked in
Yeah.
with you. You know what I'm saying? I'm
Yeah.
locked
Yeah.
in
Yeah,
with
for
you.
sure.
They gonna see me on here again
Yep.
with another
Yep, for
interview.
sure. So just
Yep.
log on, set up your account, and let me know as soon as you do it. I'm gonna connect you. I'm gonna get you the free premium account. Uh, I'm get you the premium access. You're gonna be able to do unlimited messaging. You can connect with people all in your area and all that good stuff. So I'm gonna get you that. So other than that, man, we got 1.5 minutes left. So what is the best place for everybody to reach you? I mean, Instagram, Facebook, that phone number, all that stuff.
Well, the best thing for people to do is to go to my website, blackwallstreetempire.com, and get the merch, get the gear. Um, the information, the contact information is there. We got Facebook, Black Wall Street Empire World on Facebook too. Everything can be found there. The merch, we got the shop, we got the all the content that we put out on YouTube and everything is on the Black Wall Street Empire World Facebook page too. So them the best two places, but I
That's the
suggest
best.
people go to the website and shop.
That's a bet. I'm gonna put all them links down in the description. But anyway, bro, it was very nice to meet you. I'm so happy we did this interview. But that's a wrap for today's episode. Huge, super thanks, man, just for showing up today. I know it was a lot of, weather stuff and a lot of stuff going on, but I do appreciate you showing like your highs, your lows, everything in between. You know what I mean? Everybody watching this, if my man, Jamil, if he inspires you any way, shape, or form, just please reach out to him. Hit that website, phone number on there, email on there, all the links is on there. Get that merch, and we'll catch y'all next time. Thanks for joining this episode. Peace.